If you've ever looked at your e-bike display and thought, "There's no way this thing is getting the range they promised," trust me, you're not alone. Most riders never even come close to the advertised numbers. And honestly, it's usually not because the battery is bad. It's because a bunch of small habits are silently draining power every single ride. The good news? A few smart changes can seriously increase your range without buying a bigger battery. So today, we're breaking down the real secret to getting nearly double the range out of your e-bike. The stuff most riders completely ignore. Let's start with the biggest misconception in the e-bike world. When a company says their bike can do 70 or 80 miles, that number is usually achieved under perfect laboratory conditions. Lightweight rider, flat roads, warm weather, low assist mode, no wind, no traffic stops. Basically a ride that almost nobody experiences in real life. In the real world, most riders see around 60 to 70% of the advertised range, sometimes even less. And honestly, that's normal. A heavier rider, hilly roads, cold weather, aggressive acceleration, or riding in turbo mode can absolutely cut range in half. So before trying to fix your range, you first need realistic expectations. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Don't chase the manufacturer's fantasy number. Optimize the range you actually have. That means understanding what's draining your battery every ride and fixing those habits one by one, because usually it's not one giant problem. It's 5 or 6 small ones stacking together. This is the biggest one. Most riders ride their e-bike like a motorcycle instead of a bicycle. High assist mode all the time, hard acceleration from every stop, low cadence grinding through gears, and that absolutely destroys efficiency. E-bike motors are most efficient when you pedal smoothly at a higher cadence. Think around 70 to 90 revolutions per minute. Basically, easier gears with faster spinning legs. A lot of people do the opposite. They stay in hard gears and pedal slowly because it feels more powerful. But the motor actually has to work harder that way, pulling more current from the battery and generating more heat, especially on mid-drive e-bikes. So if you want a better range, shift down more often and keep your pedaling smooth and light. It feels weird at first, but your motor becomes dramatically more efficient. And then there's assist mode. This is where most range disappears. If you ride in turbo or sport mode the entire time, your battery doesn't stand a chance. High assist can use 2 or even 3 times more power than eco mode. The trick is using assist dynamically. Use high assist for steep hills, headwinds, or quick acceleration. Then immediately drop back into eco or tour mode once you're cruising. Riders who get the best range are constantly adjusting assist levels depending on terrain. Think of it like driving a car. You wouldn't floor the gas pedal everywhere you go. Same idea here. And one more thing. Smooth acceleration matters a lot more than people think. Every stoplight is expensive for your battery because getting a heavy e-bike moving again takes a huge burst of power. So coast early when approaching stops, maintain momentum whenever possible, and accelerate gradually instead of instantly hammering the throttle. Our battery will thank you for it. This one surprises a lot of riders. Low tire pressure absolutely murders range. Even being 10 psi below optimal can noticeably increase rolling resistance, forcing the motor to work harder just to maintain speed. And because e-bikes are heavier than regular bikes, tire pressure matters even more. A good rule is checking your tires once a week and staying toward the upper half of the recommended PSI range for commuting. Not maximum pressure, just the upper half. Overinflated tires can actually reduce efficiency on rough roads by bouncing instead of absorbing imperfections. You want the sweet spot where the tire rolls efficiently, but still stays planted on the pavement. Now let's talk about weight. Physics doesn't care about marketing. Extra weight reduces range. Period. A heavier rider, a giant backpack, cargo racks loaded with gear. It all adds up, especially on hills. What's interesting though, is how weight is carried. A heavy backpack on your shoulders is worse than cargo mounted low on the bike because your body constantly works to stabilize it. So if you commute with gear often, using pannier bags or a rear rack setup is actually more efficient than carrying everything on your back. And honestly, this is also why super heavy fat tire e-bikes don't always get amazing range despite having huge batteries. The bike itself weighs so much that the motor spends a ton of energy just moving its own mass around. Sometimes a lighter, more efficient bike with a smaller motor actually travels farther. This is the stuff most riders never think about. Cold weather can reduce range by 30 to 50%. Not because your battery is broken. Lithium batteries simply become less efficient in low temperatures. But the real danger is charging a freezing cold battery. That's one of the fastest ways to permanently damage lithium-ion cells. If you ride in winter conditions, bring the battery indoors and let it warm to room temperature before charging, ideally for a couple of hours. Same thing after extremely hot rides. Don't immediately plug in a battery that's already hot from riding. Let it cool down first. Heat is actually just as damaging as cold, sometimes worse over the long term. And then there's storage. A lot of people leave their bike sitting at 100% charge for weeks. Others leave it completely dead over winter. Both are terrible for battery health. Lithium batteries hate extremes. If you're storing your e-bike for more than a few weeks, around 50 to 60% charge is ideal. That's the sweet spot for long-term battery health. Also, you don't need to charge to 100% every single ride. Modern batteries don't have memory effect. Partial charging is completely fine. In fact, charging to 80 or 90% regularly can actually extend battery lifespan compared to constantly topping it off. Save full charges for rides where you genuinely need maximum range. Here's the least exciting but most underrated category: maintenance. A dirty chain creates friction. Misaligned brakes create drag. Worn drivetrains waste energy. And every bit of resistance means your motor pulls more power from the battery. A properly maintained e-bike can genuinely get noticeably better range than a neglected one. Keep your chain clean and lubricated. Check for brake rub occasionally. Make sure tires are properly inflated. These are small things individually, but together they matter a lot. And finally, check your display or app settings. A lot of e-bikes ship from the factory tuned for maximum power because it feels impressive during test rides. But many systems let you customize assist strength and motor response. Sometimes reducing assist power slightly in eco or tour mode can extend range dramatically while barely changing how the bike feels. Most riders never even open the app. Meanwhile, the people getting an amazing range are quietly optimizing every setting. At the end of the day, the secret to doubling your e-bike range usually isn't buying a massive new battery. It's fixing the habits that waste energy in the first place. Smooth pedaling, smart assist usage, proper tire pressure, better charging habits, and basic maintenance. Those things matter way more than most people realize. And once you dial them in, your bike suddenly feels more efficient, more predictable, and honestly just better to ride overall. So before spending thousands upgrading your setup, start with the stuff most riders ignore, because chances are your e-bike already has more range hidden inside it than you think. That's it for today. Now we would like to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Hit like and subscribe for more tips and trick videos like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.